Can you trust your Mac? Has your Mac ever frozen on you when you needed it the most? Have you ever accidentally posted your grocery list to Instagram? If the answer is yes to any of these, then this video is for you.
I have right here my utility belt.
So if you're packing a Mac in the back of your backpack, or maybe you've got a MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, Mac Mini, or iMac like I have, and it's running slow, you might be thinking now is the time to throw it out. Stop, don't do it, not yet. This video right here is going to be extremely useful for you guys. I'm going to give you a bunch of tips that you can do right now, and one of them is going to be a complete game changer. Trust me, you're going to wish someone had told you about this a long time ago. So for these methods to work, you're going to have to follow each step. Step 1, subscribe to this channel. Okay, you don't have to do that one, but good karma will come your way if you do. So there are 2 ways to approach this. There's the easy way, which I'm going to show you at the end, and there's the hard way. Are you ready? Let's go. Number 1, optimize your hard disk drive. First thing to do is clear out and organize your HDD by entering your Finder and filtering by file size to show the largest first. You will be able to work your way down the list and remove large files. And it's important to do this because these files could be slowing down your Mac. But with that said, small files and the accumulation of small files can be a bit more tricky to find, and they can also slow down your Mac. I'm going to show you how to get rid of those in step 5. Number 2, repair disk errors. So after you've cleaned your hard disk drive, shut your computer down fully and boot it back up whilst holding Command and the letter R. This will boot into recovery mode. Once you're booted up into recovery mode, run disk utility and run first aid on your Mac hard disk drive. This is a fantastic tool because it will find any errors and fix them automatically for you. Number 3, optimize your CPU performance. So what you need to do here is go into your activity monitor. You can find this by going to Launchpad, Other, and in that folder you'll find your activity monitor. Use the CPU column to filter to see which ones are using the most resources. Identify them, remove them if necessary, and uninstall them if they're completely unnecessary. But here's a disclaimer, you've got to be really careful here. Make sure you don't delete or uninstall or remove critical programs. If you're worried about this, trust me, stay till step 5 because it makes this a lot easier. Now, if you don't want to uninstall certain apps because you use them occasionally, you can prevent them from opening on boot up. You can do this by going to System Preferences, User and Groups, Login Items, and then you'll use the little subtract button here to remove them from boot up. This can improve your boot up speeds. And again, if you're worried about making a mistake here, trust me, step 5 is what you need. Number 4, clear your third-party app caches. So if you've installed third-party apps that don't belong to Apple, for example, stuff like the Adobe suite, Adobe Photoshop or Premiere, these programs will actually create caches in the background of files which could be slowing down your computer, and they're actually quite hard to find a lot of the time. My best advice to you if you are using third-party apps is to use the help section within those apps, type in the word cache, C-A-C-H-E. That should bring up some information on how you clear the cache within those apps. Another way to approach this is to go to your Finder, find the app and find the cache folder within the app. That is definitely more tricky, very time consuming. You can do it if you want to. Number 5, how to speed up web browsing. So if you're an Apple Mac user, the Safari browser is always going to be the fastest browser because it's optimized for Mac, so it's going to be the fastest. I do realize that some of you guys will be used to other browsers like Chrome or Safari or even Edge, so you can still use those, but if you want the fastest browsing speeds, better to use Safari. No matter what browser you're using, clearing old internet cache files that are no longer necessary can boost your browser speeds. The tricky part again is locating them, because a lot of these will be hidden within the browser settings. Again, best thing to do if you're not sure how to do this is to go to the help section and type in cache. That should lead you to an explanation of how you do this. And I have to emphasize the importance of doing this because you don't want people tracking your every move, do you? And there's a bunch of ways to mitigate this, but that would be an entire video on its own. So I'm not going to get into that in this one, but I will say this, the last step will do this for you, and it's super easy to do. So there's a couple more things you can do, like reindex your Finder or move your files from your Mac hard drive to an external hard drive. You can do these things, they will help. So if you've done everything that I've showed you in this video, your Mac will be getting back close to peak performance, and it probably only took you a couple of hours or a couple of days, a couple of weeks, depending on how tech savvy you are. But you can do it in minutes with this way, the easy way, the bit you've been waiting for. There is an app that does everything I showed you and more, with a ton more optimization tweaks, and it can even detect and remove viruses. And the best thing about it is you don't even need to be a Mac genius to use it. And if you use this tool, you can improve your Mac speeds by up to 4 times. It will also improve your CPU and GPU performance as well. So here it is, it's the easy way. It's an app called Clean My Mac X. The publisher MacPaw has a very good reputation and is an approved publisher on Apple's App Store. And you know they're legit because they actually rank in the top 10 in the utility section on the App Store. So you can absolutely trust them. And you should be able to find it pretty quickly, unless your Mac really is super slow. But don't worry if it is, because we're about to fix that. So once you've downloaded Clean My Mac X, you'll be presented with the home screen. This is where the magic happens. Run the initial smart scan. Immediately, the Clean My Mac X software will perform a thorough scan of your system and offer ways for you to optimize your Mac. Cleanup will suggest junk files that you should think about getting rid of. Always review these first before you delete them. It will also check for security risks and suggest large files to get rid of. Again, double check before you delete anything. And Clean My Mac X presents everything so nicely for you. You can easily tick boxes to confirm files you do want to delete and untick the ones that you want to keep. It will also scan for malware and offer you ways to protect your privacy by removing browsing traces and save data and stuff like that without having to spend all that time finding them yourself. The optimization section within the app is going to help you with all your startup apps and apps running in the background, so you don't need to go into the activity monitor and find them and figure out which ones you can stop and which ones you can delete and stuff like that. This will do it all for you. And here is a really great feature, something I really love about this software. It is the uninstaller. So if you find yourself in a situation where you've got unwanted apps, or you've got double apps, or an old version and a new version of an app, and it's all hanging around on your hard drive, the normal way you would get rid of these would be to drag them to the bin. However, sometimes that method can leave residual files behind, but that doesn't happen with Clean My Mac X. It will actually uninstall them and clean out all those old files at the same time, so you get clean uninstalls. And this last tool within Clean My Mac X could be a massive game changer for you guys. It's called the Space Lens. This is a really great way for you to visualize and deep dive into your Mac hard drive and stay organized. So the bigger circles represent the folders that are taking up the most space. If you click on one of those, you can go inside and you'll see, again represented by the circles, which folders have the most files in them. And using this tool, you can see where you can transfer stuff to a hard drive or delete stuff. You can find files that maybe you didn't even know was on your hard drive. So it's a great tool. So overall, Clean My Mac X, in my opinion, is an awesome tool for anybody who has a Mac. If you want to test it out, there is a trial version. And if you're not tech savvy and you're really worried about this kind of stuff, there's even a premium option where you can get 24/7 tech support, and there'll be someone there around the clock if you run into any problems. So if you want to bring your Mac back to life, then check out Clean My Mac X. Link in the description below. And if it works for you, I'd love to hear about the results. Let me know in the comments below. So if you follow the last step, you can make sure you can trust your Mac. And if you want to learn how to speed up your Wi-Fi, check out this video. It's on screen right now. If you just subscribed, you're now one of the finest subscribers known to man. And I'll see you guys in the next one.